Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into another edition of the Apples to Apples podcast. And Dad, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know you've lost a lot of weight recently, and because you didn't interrupt me, I'm giving you that credit A over the air, and B, I want to give you a gift.
Okay.
What size shirt? Sorry, excuse me. What size would you like your Hot Girls Love Dominic Mysterio t-shirt in?
Um, for me to wear.
I don't know what else would you do with it.
So yeah, I guess it sort of depends on who. I'm struggling with shirt sizes right now because I'm still fat. Oh, actually, that's not true. I'm still not tall enough. Like if I would grow 4 inches, I could get into an extra large
They, I
very
think they
quickly.
have
Well,
I think they have
hold
surgery for
on.
that these days.
But
If Liv Morgan is the model for this T-shirt, you don't even need to get this T-shirt doesn't need to cover your belly. It just needs to get
that's
over your
true. But
testicles.
then I could get an extra large
Yeah,
because
that's
it doesn't
true.
have
Yeah.
to cover my belly.
No.
Because
I mean, I don't think here's the thing. I don't think any of them do. So,
Oh, then yeah, extra large. Because oh, well, then I could probably get a double X because then it would just at least be comfortable on my belly. Because double
although
X are almost too big
Raquel
and extra.
Rodriguez had a full length one.
I feel she might be bigger than me.
She's taller. If
Have
you're
you
Like
ever?
I bet she. I mean, I'm not saying. I
here's
bet
the
she
thing.
weighs more than.
She's six
I
feet tall. Like
I weigh under 200. I bet she weighs more than that.
she's 6 feet tall.
I'll take whatever size she has.
You'll just get one of the Raquel Rodriguez ones. Hers do go full length. Yeah.
Is
I
Finn
just I,
Balor now just out of the Judgment Day?
he's trying to figure himself out. I just figured I'd
Yeah.
lead with wrestling because I did see that T-shirt yesterday, and it actually
Well,
made me think
and
of both of you. And I was actually thinking about getting it for Sam, but when you were very kind and didn't interrupt me this week, I figured you deserved it.
yeah, I'm off my game a little bit still. But speaking of wrestling, I mean, one of our big topics because I've had this. I promise you, I'm not kidding about this. I've had 10 to 15 people tell me that they're dying to hear our annual recap of the Super Bowl halftime show, and I'm not even being funny. I just left 5 people that told me they can't wait to hear it. But speaking of wrestling, I mean, that the halftime guy looks like he's coming back to wrestling, which he certainly, in my opinion, does better than sing. But we'll get into all that at some point.
Well, we'll have to get into his wrestling because I think one of the Paul brothers is in his future in terms of
Yeah,
WWE and made a comment to build that up, and the
that
other
would have
Paul
saved the
brother.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, then the other Paul brother said something a little too serious, and he had to
Yeah,
cover for his brother.
then he had. By the way, and ironically, the Pauls live in Puerto Rico.
Well, the one that was mad at him, I mean, they both do, but the one
I
specifically that was really mad at him,
yeah,
yes,
I
has like
think
a
for the
$12 million
sake of our
dollar.
Super Bowl conversation, we can let the people, the orchard, decide the politics part of it. Because I don't even know if he was political because I didn't understand a word he said, which I think is part of my problem. But I just don't think he's
I'd argue that's
entertaining.
exclusively your problem.
Well, I just don't think it's entertaining. Forget the
No, no,
whatever
no.
statement he was trying to make.
I think the fact that you didn't understand him is your only problem, really.
Well, I didn't
Because to your
understand him.
point,
I
I
don't
don't
think he's
think
got a good voice. I don't to be honest with you, if that halftime show was at Miami, I could sort of understand the thinking behind it. San Francisco, I mean, it's like the capital of grunge. What is that music doing there?
Whoa!
We could
have you
what?
been to Santa Clara lately? I wouldn't exactly call Santa Clara grunge.
Well, isn't San Francisco known for Green Day? You talk about nutty, but I thought
Yeah, I
San
remember when you told
Francisco's
me that
Well,
you yeah.
keep in mind none of these people are actually from San Francisco. They're from places outside. They call it the Bay Area.
And it also wasn't it
that's
was in Santa Clara.
Well, that's true, but if you were followed Sam through his text, all the action was in San Francisco.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I think when you look back at the last 3 or 4, it had way more element. Here's the other thing. Those West Coast Super Bowls, it's still bright out for the halftime show, which I feel like is always a little weird. Not as an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something doesn't quite sit right with me. But um versus the last, I'm gonna say 3 or 4. I don't remember the time which was which. I should just get a list of them because I'll probably get this
Well,
wrong.
by
I
the
will
way,
say-
Um
yeah, go Sam.
they could start at an hour. They started the game at 3:30. They could start an hour later at
They totally
4:30
could,
West Coast, which would be 7:30 Eastern, which is when they always start things on the East
Sunday
Coast.
Night
So
Football.
yeah.
I know.
I mean, nothing ever makes sense about the NFL scheduling, and they had like the media thing at the San Jose Convention Center, which is an hour and a half away from San Francisco.
Right.
Where everyone was staying. The NFL they did the Super Bowl wrong, and then
Yeah, it was
the only time
people were,
everyone loves the New Orleans Super Bowl is because the NFL can't mess it up because everything is right there.
Yep.
yeah.
Anytime they have to
people
get some, I mean, you don't really need to get creative. Just put the
No,
stuff
but
at the
those-
Chase
the
Center in
reporters were all
downtown San
complaining
Francisco. But
they were leaving this. They were to get to the game or the area or even some of the hotels was an hour. Yeah, obviously an hour away.
they didn't
The-
have to do it. My point was they should just had everything around Santa Clara or everything in San Francisco. I mean, probably should
You know
be
what
San
else they
Francisco.
could
That's
have
the big
done?
city.
We don't need 4 different national anthems before the game. Just
I actually said to somebody at one point,
what do
we didn't watch a
Jesus.
show with that many people, but I was like, I do think we sing too many songs before the game starts.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
Um,
I guess at least our guy
I
went
swear to
under.
God, and I'm not like, I actually said it, to be honest with you, when I don't even remember what she's saying, but all of a sudden Brandy Carlisle was singing, and I'm like, was
Right.
she saying "America the Beautiful"? Right?
Yeah.
After Green Day performed, I was like, why
Oh.
are we still singing songs? Like,
I wonder if
Um,
NBC regrets Green Day since they had to bleep it out, but
bleep out
whatever.
half of it. That was the dumbest part of the whole thing. Because
Well-
after I'm not picking a side, but after the Bad Bunny, people are like, we need someone less political, blah blah blah, and then
No,
they
they're
announced
the
Green
most
Day, and
political of all of them.
then everyone they picked Green Day, and so many people are like, oh, thank God. I'm like, do none of you know anything about Green Day?
Well, how
Like-
about the fact that the night, and again, this isn't sides, this is just factual. The night before, they just went off on America.
Yeah, no, they have.
Why
they
would
go
you
off
put
on- they
them
go
back
off on-
out there? Well,
I know they
NFL.
do it every single
Can I
concert.
defend-
So that's why when people were like, "Thank God for Green Day," I was like, "You don't know what Green Day is all about."
I
clearly.
think the halftime show is awful, but can I defend Bad Bunny on one thing politically?
I'd love for
And
you
it's
to
not
say
a
Bad Bunny.
specific thing politically. I want to defend him
Benito?
on something. Benito. By the time the Super Bowl got here, and some of it was self-inflicted for the prior 2 weeks of his comments and what he said he was going to do and blah, blah, blah. He was in a pickle because if he decided to not be political, then those people would go, okay, fine, he wasn't political. But then the people that wanted him to be political would be mad at him. So he
Yeah.
sort of was
I
in a
ac- I-
no-win by the time it all was said and done. And what again, I don't know if he was or wasn't because I was clueless.
I think he, to his credit and to your point, I think he found the right middle ground. Like, I think he actually did find the right middle ground in that sense. The only thing I'll say about it, what I was trying to find earlier, now I didn't want to say anything wrong. So the Shakira Jennifer Lopez one, which was in Miami, was in 2020. So out of the
Yeah.
last like 5, I felt like his visually, production, look and feel felt like a Super Bowl halftime show. The problem was, and I know a couple of and I know a couple of his songs. You just can't really sing along. And I think he's got fun music. I think it's a good time. But like,
But
I
every
just-
song's the same, so I guess
but
if
like
you
you think
one.
about the West Coast rapping one was very low production. It was fun. It was fine. Then you had
Oh,
Rihanna.
super
She
fun.
was, I don't mean to be mean, but like she was pregnant. She wasn't exactly moving around. There wasn't costume changes. The Usher one was pretty good. I wasn't. I wanted more out of him. It was pretty good. And then Kendrick was Kendrick. Like, I feel like when you think big, loud, like heavily produced, lots of dancing, couple surprise people. Like I had all of those elements. It was just like,
I think
70 to
I think
80% of people
I
watching
think we've
couldn't
lost
understand
the
it.
plot. I think we've lost the plot in the Super Bowl halftime show. What would make the Super Bowl halftime show really good is really good music. All this other stuff was making it. They're focused on all this overproduction. The people in the grass. By the way, only 2 people, even surprised people, came out. That's what we're focused on. The problem is lately the music sucks. I don't.
Well,
we've lost the plot.
last 5 or 6. I mean, I don't mean to blame him completely because I do
I
think
thought
the
Kendrick was
NFL is
awful.
involved. No, I know.
Bad Bunny
What I was
was
gonna say
bad.
is, ever since Jay-Z took over, his very first one was Shakira and J-Lo. That was pretty good.
Right.
It's been bad since.
Well, I know Bad Bunny's like their answer will be he's the most global. I don't. What is he? The
Well,
most
and
popular.
that's what they're after. I
That'll
mean,
be
and that's
their
kind
answer.
of to Sam's
But-
point about losing the plot on it. Like, who hasn't lost the plot is the NFL, and the NFL just wants eyeballs, and that's.
But
the
are
big game.
those people watching the Super Bowl?
I
The
think
people
they
that go
are.
to his concerts? Really? Okay.
Well, that's what they're trying to do and they're trying to do it with all these international games. It's like,
Well, let's just.
I think the NFL feels like they've maxed out America, which they're probably right about. Are you converting new American football fans? Probably not. So now they're looking to get international football fans. That's why there's 12
can't
international
tell me.
games a year.
like Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, people like that just would have been an awesome halftime show, just music alone. You don't need. I don't need people dressed like trees.
I mean, I would like
rushing-
somebody that's under on the right side of 80, but that's
Well,
just
that's
just me.
fine, but I mean, I don't need a couple getting married. That had to be the shortest wedding in the world. I know the
What's wrong
couple
with
got
that?
married.
You wanted
for
our
real.
wedding to be shorter.
Well, that's true, but
That seems
that's a
bit
good point.
hypocritical.
But at least I didn't have to walk out in a tree. It was too much. I don't forget politics. I don't think he's got a good voice. You're right. If you like one song, you'll like them all. But he doesn't sing in English. And I'm sorry, it's the biggest event in America. Not America being political. America where we mostly speak English. Frickin' get someone that sings English. I just didn't get it. I didn't get the whole thing. Yeah, Lady Gaga, wonderful. I've had enough
She
of
didn't
her.
even sing her song.
She didn't even sing. She sang.
That's her
By the
song.
way, they sang what's his name song.
That was someone
Well,
else's song.
It's her and him. It's the two of them.
Oh, okay.
It's both of them.
Well, then bring that guy out. This is insane.
And then
He's there every other year. I mean, at some point we do need to move on.
Bruno
But
Mars.
Yeah. He would have been better. That's the point.
He's
That's why
done
you
it
should bring him
before,
up.
hasn't
I
he?
know, and
like 3 times.
And he was way better than whatever she's saying.
I think I've had my fill of him. I think I'm
but
oversaturated.
Lady Gaga has so many other songs that alone she could have sang.
To be fair, she's also done it.
She's done the halftime show.
Yeah.
I just think it's time.
And I thought what the one song she came on was the wrong song, and she was bad.
Well, that's probably true. She
And-
just wanted. I mean, she clearly felt that was the song she could best sing in a
Which is
Latino.
why I have a problem with it, because it's not even half her song. Half of it's someone else singing.
No,
You know,
there's
this
no
is
bigger.
absurd.
There's no bigger travesty in the world. I'm not going to say America, in the world, than having Ricky Martin not sing "Living the Vida Loca." That's a travesty right there.
Well, that would have. Yeah. Now I
mean, he
did
was
feel
there.
like they could have. Yeah.
Why isn't he singing that song? People would have gone. I would have even been happy with that. You can't have him there and not sing that song. I mean,
He
they
sang
did,
a Bad
I
Bunny
guess.
song.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I thought it was bad. It was bad. You were waiting for something. I think the Super Bowl. It might have been the
I
worst
also
Super Bowl
forget
from
the English Spanish aside. I took many years of Spanish. I can understand half the song. No, I actually can't, but I can understand parts of it.
Well, to be fair, I've seen plenty of
I don't think his
Spanish-speaking
music is
people.
actually good.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
No,
you
I
can also
just what
not
I
like
said.
it.
I don't
like-
think he's good. Like I don't like Kendrick
and you're
Lamar,
focused
but
on
his
these
rapping
trees,
was-
and it was just awful.
I don't like Kendrick Lamar. I thought he was awful, but he was more electric.
I don't
than
mind
this guy.
Kendrick stuff. I thought he was awful.
I thought the Kendrick one was boring.
Well, that was
to be
a
honest.
beef that we weren't in on, so we don't have to rehash that. But that was that's I guess
I thought this one was more entertaining than the Kendrick one.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, it
tend-
seemed harmless. I don't know what we were doing. And I felt like it was just inappropriate for San Francisco. I don't know. Elton
I'm not
John,
sure.
I feel like he would have been appropriate for San Francisco.
I just think between Jay-Z as like the producer of it now
Well,
and Goodell, I don't think that their mission right now is like I think they have a purpose
I think
and
we've
I
seen
think
the
they're
last of
probably
Jay-Z.
I hope so.
Call it
I
a
think
hunch.
I think they have a purpose. No, but I think Goodell kind of got what he wanted. That's sort of what I'm saying. Like I think they
Okay,
have
so I guess he got, yeah.
I don't I think the reality is, and I'm not saying I agree with it, I think the reality is they're trying to bring in new viewers through the halftime show, and
I think they're doing the
that's their
opposite.
goal.
Yeah.
Maybe,
And
but I think
listen,
they're also like, but more
the
people
alter
watched this year than 2 years ago. More people watched last year because it was Chiefs
well,
Eagles. Like at
yeah,
some point you have to factor in
they
the
watched
teams,
it because
but
they thought something was going to happen. But they did have, and I don't think this is that big, but they did have 10 million people tune into some other crazy show. So,
well, I even just I'm on the ratings of the game itself were down, but that's because it was Seahawks
well,
Patriots, not
the
Chiefs
rating
Eagles.
by the way, you think, listen, we're not even getting into the commercials yet, how bad they were.
Yeah. I just feel like Sam said it well. Like I think in many ways we've sort of lost the plot, lost our way, and the commercials, half of them are like either made of or about AI. The other half I don't are just slap a random celebrity in an ad and hope it lands. The halftime show is to serve the goals of the NFL, not the fan. Like, and again, there are plenty of Hispanic NFL fans. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, what was it, a week or two ago, they started announcing these international games and they're playing more of them in Mexico and everything. Like there's a clear plan that they're
Well, they're
trying
gonna have.
to execute. So and I don't
They're
I
also
mean
going to Australia for the first time. Maybe they should have done the band Aha or something like that, or Bananarama,
uh
whichever from Australia.
it wasn't ACDC from Australia. Did I make
Yeah,
that
I
up?
think Aha, Take on Me. That's
I think
if
you're
they
you're
might not be
familiar with
Australian. They
you're
might
familiar
be
with Sia, aren't you?
who?
Sia.
Oh yeah, isn't she?
She's
Doesn't she?
Australian.
She cover? She is.
Yeah.
She the one you can't see her face.
Well, you can now, but yeah, she went through
Oh,
that phase.
she's on Mass. Sorry.
Yeah. Kylie
I
Minogue. I'm trying to think of other Australian. I mean, obviously, Men at Work.
Yeah, Men at Work would have been the obvious one I should have gone with first. I think Aha is like Sweden, so I think I'm way off base on that
No,
one.
if they, I mean, Sweden, you have a lot of options. Sweden, you have a
Well,
lot of options.
I think the commercials sucked, the pregame sucked, the game was exact until the end. I mean, you talk about if you for those of you that listened to Apples last week, I don't think we could have been more dead on until like the end of the game when it really didn't matter and they kind of just gave up the
By the
whole
way,
world.
Sam Darnold sucked.
Yeah, he wasn't
They
anything
both
special.
sucked.
No, Drake. Well, Drake May was horrific.
Drake
Sam
May
Darnold sucked.
Drake May is exactly who he said that he was. He didn't play anyone good all year. They had that stat where 11, I think he played 11 games against teams that their coach was fired.
I think it was more than that, but yeah,
It's just
it was at least that many.
the easiest path in the history, and that
And they
team
have a
will,
hard
maybe it
schedule
was-
next year.
yeah, that
maybe it
team will
was-
never be back.
Maybe it was like 15 that was either a fired coach or their quarterback was hurt. Like I think I saw a bigger number, but I think it might have included another thing. Yeah, I mean even in the playoffs, who'd they play that they played Denver with Stidham, like because Bo Nix
Yeah,
mysteriously broke his ankle.
and barely beat them, except it
I
wasn't
know.
for the defense.
Well, I mean, you can a snow weird game, but yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
No, I know. I mean, they probably in normal weather they probably beat him by more than they did, but not by a lot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it was a
they're
boring game.
awful.
There was no touch. I mean, when did the first touchdown get scored? Halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, and guess who had AJ Barner first touchdown? Me.
We did talk
And
about that.
and guess who dropped defensive touchdown on Apples to Apples last week? Me.
Oh, guess who was wide open for a 95-yard touchdown, but he was overthrown. Our guy, Jackson.
I was curious if you were going to attempt the other half of his name. I was hoping
I'm
you
not
weren't.
that stupid. I haven't attempted
No,
that in a year.
I also made one of the greatest bets I've thought in my life. Rashid Shaheed like plus 850 to have the longest reception, and then I also forgot Sam Darnold can't throw the ball.
Yeah. By the way,
He
I'm
had
not,
wide open.
You could have gotten
wide open 70-yard passes.
Oh, the one
I'm not that-
the one that Christian Gonzalez made, maybe the best play anyone's made all year, but the other one, yeah, he just missed him.
I'm not that dope Drewski.
Well,
I'm
he
not
threw-
attempting
he-
the
he
guy's
on his
name.
room.
Wasn't Drewski the guy?
I would just put Drewski out there for a halftime show. That would be entertaining. I don't know what he would do.
Well,
We'd
I wouldn't
figure
let
it
him
out,
talk.
and we'd
He
laugh.
didn't do well when he announced the winner of
We
the
gotta
award.
get Jelly Roll out there.
Yeah,
He was
he's
better
doing
at
that on
WrestleMania
purpose,
than.
Dad. That's like his
Jelly
thing.
Roll was out there. He was just on a different channel.
No, I don't think he was on that show.
I thought he was with Kid
By the
Rock.
way,
I don't think
Oh,
he
maybe
was.
not. Okay.
I
all
don't think he was.
all.
Did you see the? How about the damage control Kid Rock's doing today? Have you seen all that?
Well,
He's going on
taped it
any
ahead
news
of time.
channel that'll have him.
Well, he definitely taped it ahead of time.
No, did you hear him today? He goes, it's pre-recorded, but I performed it live, and everyone's like, yeah, that's what lip syncing is, kid.
No, he said it wrong. They literally, I don't know what he was thinking. That wasn't done that day. It was done
What do
a
you mean?
different day, but then when they played it, it didn't sync with anything. I don't know why he tried to say it was live. What an idiot.
I know that's my point. What
Yeah,
he said was lip syncing, so he's either dumb, lying, or just wrong about what he did.
Yeah, it was clearly a different day. That was not done that same day. There's or maybe it was done in the
Which
morning.
like I couldn't believe when all of a sudden, I mean, I didn't watch it. I watched Bad Bunny obviously, but I was
But
like,
who was, by the
I
way,
heard-
lip syncing too?
no, I don't. I think he probably should have.
No.
No, I've listened to enough of his music. He was not. I think he probably should have lip synced a little bit more. But like I don't know that you can run this like competitive halftime show and then have it taped. I don't know. That was correct.
Well,
I don't.
That's not even worth our time. I don't even know what's going
By
on.
the way,
All
you know what else
Bunny
you
had to-
can't do? Run one on a channel that no one can find.
Did you hear they couldn't even, they were supposed to put on Twitter. They weren't allowed to.
Twitter wouldn't let
record
them.
labels were like, we didn't tell you could do this. What are you doing?
All Bunny
Yeah.
had to do was come out to his wrestling walkout song, and it would have been the most electric thing
Yeah.
ever. And I don't even think he played that song.
And if Logan Paul
no.
would have dropped him, it would have been the greatest setup to a match ever.
I would
At
pay
the
a lot of
Super
money.
Bowl.
I would have paid a lot of money for the subsequent phone call Logan had to make to Jake
Oh,
after all of that.
I don't think
'Cause
Jake. I don't think Logan is a Mensa genius, but I'm gonna
Compared
guess
to Jake is.
way like compared to Logan is a
Right.
brain surgeon compared to Jake.
Because I think Logan at least understands. I don't even know if
Yeah.
business is the right word, but he understands the bit and he understands what he's got to do and whatever. Because they asked him before, Logan Paul, they asked him kind of just offhand, like, "Oh, you excited for the halftime show?" And he was like, "No," which like he probably meant, but also small thing. They can use it in WWE and they need to, and he can also tell Bad Bunny, "I just said that because I'm trying to get some heat." Blah blah blah. And he'll be like, "Yeah,
Right.
no problem." His brother goes out there, and it's like, "Oh my god." And I think in that moment, Logan Paul was like, "Oh man, I gotta."
Well,
like,
you know
do
what
some
else?
damage
His
control."
brother. I don't think you can. Well, first of all, he has a right to do whatever he wants. I don't think you can bash. What's his name? Benito. Whatever.
Yeah. That's his real
I don't think
name.
you can bash Benito for not being American or blah 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 when you don't even live in America.
He lives in the country that he or the territory that he was
I know
mad
it's
about.
a territory, but then don't bash this guy for not being.
No,
I mean,
that's
you
my
live
point.
where
It'd
he
be one
lives.
thing. It'd be
Yeah.
one thing if Jake Paul or Logan. Sorry, I get him always
lived in
Jake
Chicago.
Paul,
I get it.
or yeah, obviously, but I'm even saying like if he had moved to like I don't know any other country in the world.
Other than the one that this guy's from, that you're bashing
Exactly.
him for it. I just
Exactly.
like mine.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, I get you have every right to your opinion, and great that you're standing up for America. Not enough to live there, though.
Yeah,
I know
not
technically you
the,
are.
Yeah, there time and place with him is not great.
And that's
yeah,
not a political statement. That's just thinking, you know, someone's going to call you out on that.
Right.
It's just, again, not the brightest ball, but no, Logan
No.
Paul. I mean, if that didn't just write WrestleMania a match, nothing did.
Well, that's
honestly.
my point. And then he's like, oh my God, I gotta do this damage control with my idiot brother.
I'm sure he's had to do that before with his idiot brother. Although his brother's married to a Olympic gold medalist now, so.
This is gonna sound mean, and I'm sure she's a wonderful person. I don't like her. I know nothing about her. I don't like her because of him. She was on our TV yesterday. Yeah, I felt bad saying it, but she was on TV yesterday. I turned to my roommate and I was like, I hope she falls. And she was like, why? And I was like, that's Mrs. Jake Paul. She was like, oh, yeah, I think I kind of hope so too. I cannot stand that.
What do you think? He was sitting with their family. I'm sure family's real thrilled with that guy.
I didn't think I mean, not to bring up this, she speaks English, but like I think, isn't she like super Dutch? Does she even speak English? I don't get it.
Probably not.
Well, I mean, she's
from Holland, right?
She's skating for them for the Olympics. I would assume she is.
Yeah, I mean, I just meant like, no, she's not.
Her name. I mean, she isn't. It's not like her name is.
Right.
As Dutch as it gets. I mean,
Juta.
Yeah, that's a whole weird. What a weird family.
Weird as
I think the Super Bowl, like, it's smack dab in the middle of the Olympics. We'll get to the Olympics. I think it's been a weird start to the Olympics.
And are we going to the Olympics? I honestly don't even know what else to say about.
Well, what do you guys want? Do you want to talk about anything else with the Super Bowl? I mean, we knew.
I genuinely don't even know what else to talk about. It was. I mean,
it's what we thought.
Seahawks. They won by default, basically. I mean,
I just hope our listeners listen to me with the betting, because I mean, they had plus like 1,700 waiting for them.
We had the Gatorade color too. Or I did.
Well, they spoiled it.
Yeah, they spoiled it. But I think they closed that.
How did they spoil
probably. It? It's like 3 minutes
left. They showed them mixing
it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, which that's interesting to know going forward. They make a fresh batch just for the dump.
Oh, wait. How about the guy that bet 1,000 to 1, $100 at 1,000 to 1 that someone would run on the field, and he ran on the field and won the bet?
I would have bet if I knew I could bet on 1,000 to 1 someone run on the field.
1,000 to 1 that someone would run on the field. He ran on the field, got arrested, paid $1,000 fine, and then collected the ticket. Is that not the most brilliant bet in the history of betting?
I bet they could take you to court for that if they really felt like it. But I think the books made out. I bet, probably.
He probably bet on Kalsh or whatever. They don't care. There's no rule.
Oh, if he bet on one of those, yeah, they never will. But
how could they? But I mean, it's
betting on yourself. I don't know. It's betting on yourself. Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's the most. I don't know how someone hasn't thought of that before.
I feel like I've heard of that before, but maybe
really?
I'm mixing up.
I thought that's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard.
Maybe I'm mixing up something similar to it. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I felt like
insanely brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. The only thing I felt like this told us about the NFL in general is like, I feel like we went through that period where it was like, oh, you got to have a great quarterback, rookie contract, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think we have in a good way shifted back towards like, you need a good team. Like, I think we're back to like, you have to build a complete.
The best defense in the league is going to win it.
The Texans are the best defense in the league.
Well, no,
I was going to add, you have to have a competent. They don't have to be very good. You just have to have a competent quarterback.
Seattle's been very good all year.
You need a well-rounded team. You need a really good defense. You need a reliable running game, and you need a competent quarterback. Like
I'm sorry, the running back should not have been MVP. The defense should have been.
Well, you can't give it to all 11 guys.
Why? Who cares? It's not like you're giving them a car anymore. Take them to Disneyland.
Fair. I mean, he did have the most scrimmage yards for a running back in like
20, he did. I know he did, but
8 years or whatever. I mean, you sort of do have to give that
I think
credit.
they gave it to him because it's the first game his dad's ever seen him play in person,
I think they gave it to him because they had no one else to give it to. I
other
think
than
you're
the
right. I'm sure
defense.
they wanted to give it to
No, no.
somebody on the defense, but like,
How about how about the kicker?
yeah, I thought the punter had a great game. I mean,
The
field
punter
position
was good
battle.
too. Yeah. No, New England. If you're a New England fan, they're never getting back there. So, and
I
again,
said,
I know the
I
Vikings
said
aren't either.
last,
I know the Vikings won't either. So don't tell me the Vikings suck. I know they do. New England is done. Dunzo.
I
Forget it.
said last night my first prediction of the year is I don't think the Patriots even make the playoffs next year.
No, God, no.
Sam said it earlier. They're gonna have to play a first place schedule.
And their
More tape
division's
on
going to get stronger.
their division's only getting better. You're gonna have more tape on May for the whole league. I mean they got a bunch of guys that are on the wrong side of Diggs is only getting worse.
Well, Diggs, I
Hunter
can't
Henry's only
imagine.
getting worse. Like their offense outside of May, I guess the running backs are young, but like the offensive line sucks. They
Has
used a first
anyone
round
ever
draft pick on a
broken
guy
up?
that let up like 9 sacks.
Has any couple ever
And
broken
they
up
got
in the
our
middle of
guy.
this? Has any
Yeah,
couple
our
ever
guy to
broken up in the middle of
throw
the
it.
Super Bowl when one of them's playing?
I don't know if that's true, but continue.
It's not.
Oh, I know what you're referring to, and I hope you did your research because I mean I haven't
I
yet.
saw her say it on like
All right.
TMZ or something.
I just want to make sure you did your proper research because you always get into trouble with these fake accounts.
No, she said that she was done with them. She paid 1.2 million for a party, and obviously they lost, so that didn't matter. They didn't have it. She left the game after her Bad Bunny appearance, and that was the end of it because he gave someone else front row seats.
Do you think she?
He's had a heck of a year.
Yeah,
He's
he had more fights
he's
than
had
Well,
catches.
five
by the way,
children.
she's got issues because she knew about all of his other baby mamas
No,
when
I'm
she got
with you
into
on
this.
that. I'm not saying she's a brain surgeon either. Yeah, he had 5 kids in this last year, and what, 2 catches in the Super Bowl?
He had more
Did
fights
he
than
even have
catches, I
that?
think.
I think he might have had two. They
I
were
think he
all
did get
again,
he got a garbage one at the end, I think.
yeah, all at the end, but that's okay. No, they're done. Um, should we get to anything else to wrap up the NFL season? Now it'll just be speculation on Vikings quarterback and all these other things.
I do find the only thing I'll say is I don't know that I think JJ McCarthy's not probably going to be good. But I do find it a little hypocritical that everyone is talking about out of one side of their mouth about how amazing the Sam Darnold story is and patience and persistence and all of that, whatever. And then on the other half of their mouth, they're writing off JJ McCarthy after 10 games. Again, I don't think he's going to be all that good. That's my opinion of him. But like a lot of people said that about Sam Darnold 5 years ago, and now look where we are. So
You know,
I'm
it's
not saying JJ McCarthy is going to become that, and I'm especially not saying he's going to become that on
Well,
the
hold on.
Vikings. But like
By the
it's
way,
totally
people said this about Drake May
exactly.
after 1 year.
But yeah, 100%. Like
you know what else is
it's just hypocritical, and that bothers me. Like
and I know there's a bit of a controversy whether it was KOC that wanted him or Quasi or whatever his name is. I will say the one thing that does not look good for Quasi is like I thought the first draft he ever had I thought he should be fired. So I think he should have been fired. But and we sort of touched on it last week. Why didn't you fire him when the season was over? You literally didn't fight him to the day that Seattle went to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
It's not great timing for that argument, but okay.
Yeah, I
I
read
mean, I'm
some
sure it's a
articles about it, and it
coincidence.
was that no one really had a good answer as to why, which makes you think there probably isn't a good answer as to why they waited, but who knows? Um, are you are you aware of the Quad God? Are you in tune with the Quad
I
God?
uh I saw him today. It kind of looks like Capriel.
He does actually, yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
think he's I guess I have. I mean, I'm assuming he's.
Well, let's back up. The quad guy kind of was a little lackluster in his first performance when it was
His
for
sh- first
the.
his first short program was not his best. There is a lot of figure skating judging controversy right now, as there always is. It would not be figure skating without it. But yeah, his short program in the team event was not his best.
But Japan guy fell, so we're all good there today.
Today he fell, yeah, yeah. But they
Um,
didn't. You want to hear something interesting? They didn't count that as a fall technically. That's
They
part of why
didn't?
there's no. I mean, they obviously docked him points, but they didn't dock him to the extent that it
Well,
would have been a fall, which is
I
part
guess
of the
technically,
judging
looking back,
controversy.
he didn't his butt did not touch the ground as his
Well,
hand did.
yeah, which you'd think that counts. I have a lot of questions about figure skating. I don't think are ever going to be answered,
I
and if
don't
they
care. I don't
are,
even know what's going
Johnny
on.
Weir answers them for me.
I'm just listening to Johnny Weir.
Yeah, yeah, he's the best in the biz. There's not a doubt
He's the
about that.
Why doesn't he announce other things? I can tell you that if you put him in the Super Bowl, I think it'd be fascinating.
Yeah.
He'd have to bring Terrence with him, which I think is hilarious. He calls the guy Terry Gannon. He calls him Terrence, but
Well, I think it's
no.
because
So
there's. I've been trying. I'm wondering if it's because there's Terrence and Tara, and Terry
oh,
and Tara
maybe
sound too familiar. I'm convinced he's.
a little
Maybe
back.
it's just a coy little name he's
What
got
do
for
they
him. I
call
don't
it? A
know.
little behind the scenes baseball, or what's that term called?
Inside baseball.
Inside baseball. This is no lie for the listeners out there, and I'm not even. I think Sam knows this. Our stay-at-home son and I literally flip the TV on, and the second we flip it on, my guy Johnny's in his big outfit talking, and I'm this is God is my witness, and so is Drew. Within 5 seconds, Drew sends a text saying Johnny Weir looks electric or something. And then Will took a picture and sent it right back to prove we were watching it. I mean, you talk about people in sync with each other. That day, New York and Minnesota were in sync with each other.
If Johnny Weir is on the television, there will always be at least two TVs tuned into
Yeah, no,
tuned in.
I absolutely. And Tara is, I'm not gonna say she's getting on my nerves.
I think she knows Johnny's the bigger star.
Yeah, well, I think Terrence does too, by the way.
But Terrence knows what he's there for.
Poor
You know?
Scotty Hamilton, he's just in the studio now.
Yeah, I know. He
They,
doesn't
they don't even let him out.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the figure skating. Well, and then we had the greatest couple in the history, and they're in second place.
That's who everyone's mad at. That's where the real judging
It was a little
controversy
confusing.
is.
I did watch it, and I'm not sure how they
And the
weren't
other
better
two
than.
were like completely out of sync half the time.
Yeah.
But it's a virtual tie, as Johnny said. It's less than a half a point. They know what they have to do. I like to try and say it in his tone, but I can't quite mimic it for a
No,
lot of
you
reasons.
wouldn't do it justice.
No. It's a virtual tie. They should, still be I don't know that I think he said they're not necessarily considered favorites, but they just have just as good of a chance. So, but that was where the real controversy started, was in that it was kind of for some other teams in the team event, and then that scoring people were not very happy with. And I guess I think it was the Canadian pair, they apparently have some sort of grudge with the British judge. He the same British judge consistently ranks them like 4 or 5 spots lower than every other judge, and no one's sure why. And he did it again in the Olympics.
So, well, I mean, the East German judge used to be the bad person. Now that that's not a thing anymore. It has to
But it's
be.
only for the Canadian team and the British judge. Like it's that he's not hard. He's only harsh on them, I guess,
Did you see
relative
there's
to
like
other.
22 couples and one guy coaches like 18 of them or some crazy thing?
7 of the top 10 in the world.
Interesting.
Yeah, 7 of the top 10 in the world.
Sam, have you been watching figure skating?
A little bit today, but when there's no volume on, they have it on at the office and there's no volume, to your point, I don't really know what's going on, so then I get lost. But
Yeah, I could have the TV off and only volume, so yeah, I'm opposite.
Yeah. No, I mean I didn't say I wanted the no volume, but they just weren't playing it. I was tapped into the curling. The dude should not be allowed back in the country. The girl is the greatest curling player I've ever seen.
The Swedish girl is the greatest curler I've ever seen in my life.
And the American is the second.
Yeah, the American girl's good.
By the way,
I'm talking about the American guy shouldn't be allowed. And so I'm saying the American girl was unbelievable too.
We always joke that that's a sport that someone as fat as I could probably do. Did you see how gassed the American guy was today? He was out of breath. Couldn't catch his breath.
No, he was getting carried. But by the way, I did see them try like a normal, or not a normal, but like a average Joe try curling out for the first time, and they wouldn't stop falling and eating crap on their face. So I'm not sure
if they were from Wisconsin, they would have won. You think it's just going back to them?
No, I don't think they were. I think they overachieved, to be honest with you.
But they had already beat Sweden, and they were a higher seed than Sweden.
Well, yeah, but they had lost to Italy and then beat Italy. Like, you could play that game.
I feel like
I think Sweden was the defending world champs, if I recall.
Oh, because they beat the defending Olympic champs. But I still can't figure curling
There was
out.
ice. There was one day that day that they lost to Sweden, there was some ice. The ice was different. That's what the coach said, that they were still getting adjusted to the ice, and Sweden had already played.
Ice is slippery. What's the difference? Can I? What was I gonna say? Shoot. Completely
First U.S. team to ever medal in Olympic mixed doubles. Yeah, I mean,
first woman.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, our women's team does not have quite the same.
Why can't she do both?
They lost to a brother and sister.
Well, they're all. I mean, I think they said out of the 10 mixed curling teams, I think it was 6 maybe were either married or siblings.
Yeah, disappointing, but whatever. A Minnesota girl won a medal in skiing though, like the tandem skiing or whatever.
Yeah, because Michaela Schifrin's choked.
The only thing on at 2 a.m. is skiing now.
Yeah, well, they have to do that.
Way too much skiing.
Skiing obviously has to always be during the day, so they can.
Where they're going. During the middle of the day, they had what's the skiathlon, is it?
I don't get that one.
Where they just cross country ski for an hour.
Yeah.
I was at a friend's place and it was on in the background, and I looked over. I probably got to his house 5 minutes into the race, and 45 minutes later, I looked. It was 49 minutes left, and so I was like, all right, this has to be over soon. So I watched a few minutes of it. They never show who's in first, second, or third. It is they don't try to make it interesting at all. They literally just show the ski, and they don't show who's in first, second, third, where the times are at. It's an awful coverage, and they don't even try to make a boring sport more interesting.
The one I saw, the 5 leaders were like a day and a half ahead of the other people, but they told us who was going to win with like an hour left of the 5. They're like, this guy, they already knew, they had the order. They were an inch from each other, but they knew, and they were right. They were like, that this guy is eventually going to go way ahead of them. The cross-country skiing one is
well, weird. And I was watching when the person crossed the line, and they never showed if that person got first, second, or third, or what. They just show them cross the line, and then them like celebrating. It was the worst coverage ever.
I must be missing something. And I know I've been to the Olympics actually, but to go just sit at the bottom of a ski hill and see them come down, that's all you don't see anything.
It's like, no, what's the
point? You mean to watch the downhill skiing?
Yeah,
there's only family there.
No, I know, but it's just kind of like that's a long time to just sit in the cold and for nothing.
We did
Lindsey Vohn's family.
It blew my mind so we had a guy win silver in one of the cross-country skiing events today while we're on the topic. First cross-country skiing medal for the country in 50 years. That shocked me.
I was talking to someone about that. I feel like that. How can we be that bad in that? We
Well,
have
I think
also,
it's probably these other countries are just so good. But either way, 50 years,
also,
one person couldn't win a medal.
Ollie Martin was amazing in snowboarding. He got fourth or whatever with a broken arm. How is a 17-year-old the best guy we got? The only guy we got? You
Oh
would think there'd
yeah.
be
yeah.
another like. I mean, the kid's amazing, and he was doing it with a broken arm or shoulder, whatever it was. But how is the 17-year-old our best guy, and there's
Yeah,
no one else even
we
close?
have a we have a bit of a power vacuum post Sean White.
Well, this was in the big era. Did Sean White even do
So
that? He probably did it all.
not by the end of his career he didn't. No, he
Yeah.
did early in his career. He only did the half pipe. I think his last Olympics for sure, and I think maybe even his
Well,
second
weren't
to
some
Yeah,
of
last.
we
those
He
might
only
be
guys
did
in
the
trouble.
half pipe.
I mean,
the
if it's not for the U.S. women's hockey full of Gopher and Minnesotans, I mean, the country would be screwed.
yeah
What do you
the
mean? We're like third in medals. We
we
don't
are.
normally win the medal. We don't normally win the medal count in the Winter Olympics. We're not good enough at the sled sports, and we're not good enough at the stupid cross
I'm
country skiing
realizing
sports
that
that there's 30 of them.
the Winter Olympics are kind
But
of dull.
Oh, I love the Winter Olympics. Chloe Kim starts her
I mean,
road to gold tomorrow.
if
She's
we wouldn't have
great.
had Johnny Weir,
Oh, he's
we
a big part of it for sure.
Dad,
he's
I think
huge. I
the
mean, we got the women's hockey team. By the way, women's hockey, the entire Pool A advanced. How is that possible that no
I
one
didn't
from
understand how the U.S. and Canada were in the same pool.
the
I
entire
don't.
pool is the only one that moved on to
Yeah,
the
I didn't
medal round?
really.
Like,
I
what
don't.
happened to Pool B? Who did they play?
I think each other. Which
It's the
I
most
didn't.
bizarre thing I've ever seen.
I didn't understand why we were in the same pool as Canada. That made no sense to me.
Well, our entire pool advanced, no one else did. So the entire pool was locked and loaded. Now, granted, there's only two teams that are worthwhile in this
Well, you
anyways.
also only get 2 points for an overtime win. You get three for a regular win, which is stupid. And if there's goes to overtime in the gold medal, it goes to a shootout after the first
That was
overtime.
I learned that today. It blew my mind.
I
Or
mean,
maybe not in the gold medal, it's a shootout, but it's 3-on-3 overtime, which is bad.
Well, no,
I'm
Dad, I just looked at it. Here's the dumbest part. There's 10 teams, 8 of them move on. Only 2 teams don't move on.
oh, okay, then I
So
guess.
our whole pool, and then 3 from the other pool moved on.
Oh, they made it seem okay. I get it.
Which,
Which
yeah,
is still
because
stupid.
I guess I don't understand why though, because one team that moved on from our pool had less points than one team from the other pool. I have no idea. Oh no, at the end of the preliminary round. Wait, what? This doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what happened.
By the way, the American team is they'll probably lose. Because that's what we do. They're so much better than everybody. It's insane.
Yeah, when you go
I
up
mean,
there and
it's not
beat
even
your only
close.
real competition 5-0.
Yeah, and it probably could have been worse. Did you see that? Did you watch that at all today?
I did not get the chance to
They had
watch
to
it.
go.
No.
They had to go. Well, first of all, they had to go to a what do you call it? A review to see if there was a penalty. And then a second later we score on the power play and they have to go to review to see if the puck crossed the line. They give us the goal and then their coach wanted them to review goalie interference. There was like an hour worth of reviews and like 10 seconds of plays. It's like you couldn't have looked at that while you were looking to see if the puck crossed the line, but
Yeah, you feel like could have done that
all
together.
good though. We got so the girl that scored had to celebrate 3 different times or 2 different times. She's like, "Did I get it? Oh, I did. Nope, wait, hang on. Maybe you didn't." Holy
We did
interference.
we did manage a luge medal today. That was a big deal. Only the
I haven't
second
seen
women's
Luge yet.
luge. Yeah, well, I don't know if the replay's on right now, but yeah, we won
You
a
might be
bronze
able to
in
do that,
luge.
Dad.
What?
You might be able to do that.
Wasn't there like didn't like wasn't one of the Americans too fat or couldn't get in the luge or the bobsled or something weird? Like literally couldn't get in, got stuck and couldn't get in or something weird.
I'm by no means have a six pack, but there are some luge people that are a little chunky.
Well, you got to believe it helps. I
Is
mean,
that
a
why you
little
said
extra.
I can get in it?
Yeah,
No, the
maybe.
luge is the one you lay on.
Oh, whatever one it was. But once
The
you hit the wall,
bobsleds,
the acceleration is probably a little slower than the others.
Well, you're
What?
starting yourself, so I think as long as you can
Is
get
there
some good.
3? Isn't there something called the skeleton?
There's
That's when they
luge.
go super fast.
That the skeleton they go head first. Luge
Oh.
they go feet first. Bobsled they're in a sled,
I
obviously.
wonder if I'd go faster
There-
head first or.
There's the
I think
2-man.
you're a luge guy, I think.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would agree. There's the 2-man and the 4-man bobsled. There's also a 2-person luge. That's an interesting one. Have you ever seen that? They just lay on top of each other.
Yeah, I
That
wouldn't
made
do
no
well with
sense.
that.
Someone showed that to me today. I hadn't seen it before. They're not strapped in at all. It makes zero sense.
No, they
Yeah,
just
and
lay
like,
on
what's
one
the
another.
skill set in that?
I don't
Yeah, I
understand
know.
what the skill set in any of them are, to be honest.
By the way, they think going down a slide on top of each other is hard. Try recording a radio show with one on top of you.
Yeah, Sam and I do that when we're together for every show. It's a good point.
I don't understand how you steer the thing in general, but
Who came up with that, by the way?
there's been some funny like memes and videos about it.
I can imagine. Yeah, I don't. By the way, too, the outfits polo very electric, but some of these people are dressed like it's Antarctica.
Yeah, I mean
It
it's
is
probably
only like
cold.
30.
God, they have to be hot.
It's like 34 degrees, I think they said at one.
They're sitting in the ice arena wearing ready for ice fishing in 30 below. Oh, by the way, did you see the Canadian hockey team was watching? I think it was bobsled or luge, and the Americans crashed. No, maybe it was no. I think it was speed skating, and the Americans crashed, and they were on camera laughing and making fun of them. It was American women on top of it. They're in a little bit of hot water
I
for
didn't
that.
see that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I would have laughed too, but like the American crash and they just took somebody out. That
I
might
do
be the
feel
most
like
dangerous.
I was gonna say I do feel like the short track speed skating, it just feels like who cannot crash, you know? Like
I think someone
I
crashes every race.
that's what I'm saying. Like you win by default if you don't crash.
Yeah, no, I did you see that our U.S. team decided to live in the village now?
I think most of them are. Sweden's is too. I saw some videos about it. I think they said Canada is the only one that's not actually.
That makes sense. They're there for business.
Yeah.
They need to.
By the way, our U.S. Our hockey team, the third line, the men's might be better than the first. That line could cause some problems.
Can they fight
I
in the
didn't
Olympics?
even see that they put the lines out.
Can you fight in the Olympics?
Russo had him out of. I don't think you can fight.
No,
Maybe
it's like I think
women's-
it's like a super. I think I saw something. It's like a
You
super
get
serious
ejected.
punishment. Yeah, for
you
like
get
a
ejected for fighting.
and I think it's suspended for the next game.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure why we brought the Kachucks, but
Oh, I swear to you, literally, as I said it, Twitter it flipped up. They've made fighting an automatic ejection.
Yeah. No, the
Connor,
Olympic
the third
hockey
line,
rules doesn't make sense.
Connor Larkin Thompson,
Yeah, that line's
Kyle
insane.
Connor, Dylan Larkin, Tage Thompson. Yeah,
And
Speaking of-
they
I
mean, separated Hughes and Faber, which is interesting.
I thought that was interesting, but it
Why
kind of
would they
makes
do
sense.
that? It does make sense.
I mean, I can see the reasoning for it. I think because they're gonna play with they put Faber with that Slaven guy.
McAvoy with.
Yeah, and I think they said that Slaven and Faber are going to be on the penalty kill together, so they're just trying to stick them together the whole time as more
Well,
of
and
like a
honestly,
shutdown pairing.
McAvoy and Faber are pretty much the same. Like
Yeah, I think they think Faber's better
Faber's probably a little
defensively.
more offensive, and
I don't know what they think, but they're going to be on. I've read something from Russo about that they're going to be on the PK together, which is kind of why they kept them together. Whether that's because they think Faber's better suited for it, or they think McAvoy's worse suited for it. I don't know.
Did you
Maybe
see this
just
trade
spread the wealth.
proposal? This guy must be better than I thought. But the Thomas guy from St. Louis, they're going to give they proposal. I'm not saying it's happening. Give
Rob
up
Thomas from
uh,
Matchbox 20.
Rob Thomas from Matchbacks. But well, you for what they're giving up, you'd think he would be. They're going to give up Hartman, a first round pick, and Wallstead. That seems like a
I mean,
lot.
he is really good.
Is he? I don't know. He must be.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 30. I think he's got like 30 something points this year already.
I mean, I have no trouble
But
giving up the goal.
he's also only 26, which is, I think, a big part of it.
Okay.
I guess I'll find his historic stats. Yeah, he's had 80 plus points the last 2 years.
Okay.
It's a little much for sure, but I think it's also he's 26 on a pretty
I mean, I don't
cheap
know if I'd
contract.
give up Hartman. I don't think he's a stud, but I don't know if I'd give up Hartman, especially in the playoffs. But maybe, I
I
don't
think
know.
Hartman's great in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I
I think
he provides an edge. Has now a lot of experience, probably losing in the first round with us, but and his deal. I mean, we're gonna have to pay. Like, this is in the future. We're gonna have to pay Hughes, well, hopefully. So.
I think
I'd
Rob
give up
Thomas
Hartman.
is on a pretty affordable contract. Like I think he's on a kind of like a
It's like
boldy
$5 million for the next 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's part of why people think he's such a good.
I'm not sure I'd give up.
That feels a little much. I'm not debating that. I think that seems a little
And I'm not saying they're doing
little
it, but
rich.
I think I think the goalie in a first round pick is plenty, and maybe a minor league guy, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you should have to give up Hart. Like I agree with you. One of those three assets should be
I wouldn't give up Hartman.
a little less. I think Rob Thomas has had some nice
By the way, I don't think the
stretches in the
Blues.
playoffs.
Hartman
But
doesn't do anything for the Blues.
I agree. I mean, they're trading this guy because they're going nowhere.
he's got Rob Thomas has how many games is this? He's got 20. What does that say? 26 points, and he's basically got a half a point a game in the playoffs. He's played 20. He's played 52 games in the playoffs. But
What other
I think he
Olympics?
plays. I think he plays on the penalty kill, if I recall. I don't know. He's also good on faceoffs too. I think his faceoff percentage is quite high, which we need desperately.
What's coming up Olympic wise that you're looking forward to?
Hockey starts
Well, I mean,
tomorrow.
Yeah, men's hockey.
Oh, that
Part
starts
of it.
tomorrow.
Yeah, men's hockey starts tomorrow. Men's curling starts soon.
The curling seems to be whoever has the last shot of the tournament.
The hammer. They call him the hammer.
Whoever has the hammer for the very last round is probably going to win it.
Doubles, and then we do have to wrap up and maybe head to the post show. Doubles does have slightly different rules than your standard 4-team curling.
Okay.
So that is more true. That is more true in doubles curling than
because we'll do a quick after the show because I probably still need to pack. But do you want to even discuss your Timberwolves? I mean, what a disgusting squad they are.
Back in the win column. I did see something. This is not in defense of them. I want to lead with that. I think they've had the same issues for years, and it's both players and coach now at this point. But Krasinski had an interesting tweet today or yesterday that was the top 10 teams in the West are all 6-4, 5-5, or 4-6 in their last 10 games outside of San Antonio, who's only 7-3, which I thought was interesting. It is kind of a weird time of year heading into the post
you got Curry hurt, you got Luka hurt.
Well, yeah, but they're losing to some bad teams. But you're right.
Oklahoma City's they're all hurt.
I mean, we're a game and a half from third in the West. Yeah. But I think
injuries are a part of it. But it was not an excuse. I just thought it was an interesting stat.
We're not.
Yeah, I think the Sumo needs to start instead of DiVincenzo. The DiVincenzo stuff is a disaster.
I was actually.
But I'm saying no one plays defense on the starting five anymore.
Convinced.
Except for Rudy and McDaniels. Randall is horrific on the defense, man. No effort. Ant doesn't try anymore defensively.
I think they
And
have
DiVincenzo can't play defense.
I'd even put that Nori. You get rid of the coach and get a new voice in there. I think they even have the talent to do some damage. And
I think they absolutely have the
I
talent.
literally think
Well, I mean,
I've been saying it for 3 years. The coaching's
pretty much
awful.
the same team went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. And
I was having the same internal DeSumo bench starter debate myself. Like, I don't disagree with you, Sam. Like, I feel like something needs to change in that starting lineup, but I also like. I guess you don't need it as much if you're bringing Bones off the bench, but I like the pace that DeSumo brings to that bench unit because, like, that bench unit plays a much, I think, better, but to be fair, I'll call it different brand of basketball because you don't normally have the bench plus Ant plus Randall plus Gobert. You have one or two or maybe only one of them. So it's less ISO. It's a little bit more with pace. So I like IO, AO, however you say it, leading that unit to keep that pace and push that pace but I agree with you that something feels fundamentally broken in that starting five, and he's probably the easiest change.
Well,
now, if Finch had any sort of pace. Yeah, well, I push it effectively, but you're right. He tries, certainly.
He's so inconsistent.
Yeah. He tries. But that's what I'm saying. He tries and he throws it to nobody or gets blocked. DeSumo beats everybody down the court. But if Finch had a specific kind of fortitude that we've discussed prior, I think he'd start Nas for like 2 games just to prove a point. Randall's out there totally just checked out more than usual right now. It's brutal. I don't think you would have to change anything beyond that in the rest of the rotations. It'd be a very simple change, and I think it would prove a point. It drove me nuts the other day when he was like, no one's substituted their way to a championship, when literally last year the Thunder changed their starting lineup during their playoff run. I just don't think that drove. Sometimes he says stuff. I don't know. We've debated his specific coaching over and over and over.
I don't think you can get anything out of these guys. I don't think they care.
I think at some point you have to kind of acknowledge that, like, there's clearly. I mean, you heard Rudy's comments. You know, I think Ant is special, but he's still only 23. There's a lot of maturing to do there. For some reason, he never says anything bad about Randall. Like, there's just something not meshing, and I think it's very clear. And I think we're closer to him being out than being extended.
Well, I mean, or nothing's changed. I mean, nothing's changing. So I guess it depends on. I mean, A-Rod still owns the team. All of a sudden, you heard more about him when he was a co. Now you don't even hear about these 2 owners anymore.
Well, you don't really want to hear about the owners.
Yeah, I don't hate it because
you hear about the Twins owners a lot because people want them gone.
Yeah, part of the reason why we heard so much about him before was I think it was Glenn trying to plant some seeds of people to not like him, and it didn't exactly work.
Is there like another poll ad that they're going to give a shot to next year? Do you think, or have we gotten through? Yeah, have we gotten through all the
one of them's in student at SMU right now.
Yeah, if I'm a poll ad and they come to me and say, you know, it's your turn, I go, no, you know what, I'm good. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything. Can't do well for their personal lives.
No, they're probably for the best.
I shouldn't speak ill will on a college student, but I think it's the poll ad personality runs through the young children.
Oh, I'm sure they're all on the same page. I'm just saying, in more ways than one. It's just
and the kid I think likes to spend the money in the Dallas clubs.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably why they don't want to buy free agents because they need more money for that.
No, yeah, I'm sure that the kid's loving the money saved. Did you see that we're like $30+ million under last year's payroll? How is that even possible?
I think the Detroit starting staff is more than us.
No,
all joking
the Detroit, the Framber Valdez is more than all of us. One of them is.
Well, no, because the other guy won his arbitration. So I think Detroit's starting pitching is higher than our payroll. Did they just get Verlander?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a year.
God,
But
is
I
he
think,
still? How many
yeah,
pitchers do they need? Well, he's not gonna be a relief pitcher, is he?
I don't know. I think he had a low ERA last year, but I don't think he was all
Oh,
that
he
great.
did.
Yeah, but
God,
I
he's
think
been
he was like,
rough.
he had a really bad, not that pitcher wins or everything, but he had a really bad
And they're
record.
giving him like $14 million or something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that's I mean that's not
Feels
worth
like a
it.
retirement tour.
Yeah, I've had many offers to go to spring training, but problem is the Twins are playing, so
They didn't
I mean,
do a lot to make you.
you could go to Boston across the way.
I know I could to be honest with you, the Twins spring training home is so nice. It's so much nicer than Boston's, just in general.
Well, and Boston's not an exception. They're not the best team in the
No,
league or anything
well, they're
either.
by they're by yeah they're right by the airport, but um. All right, soccer guy signed for 6 months. Oh my God, I was working in the popcorn shop on Sunday, and some extremely like you could have picked him out of a crowd if I told you where's the United fan. He was decked out in everything, including the scarf. Comes in, and I don't want to speak ill of him because he bought like $80 worth of popcorn. God bless him. He couldn't have been any nicer. But the doctor who I was working with said, "What do you think of the signing?" And I thought he was going to start crying.
Hmm.
So he's like, I would have never dreamed of something like this. I said, can I just ask you a question? Does it bother you that he's only guaranteed for like a few months?
Why do you have to be like that?
Because I do. Oh, well, this is
Okay.
But
the guy
also,
that's in the.
it's the club option. He can. It's not up to his
I don't care if that's
decision.
right in this scenario. Just like let the guy be happy. It'd be one thing if it was Samurai.
I let him go on for 5 minutes and then I burst his bubble.
That they just
And
bought
then
$80
I
worth of
don't.
popcorn for a good cause. Why do you gotta be like
well, no,
that?
I
I made
also
sure he had already paid for the popcorn. The popcorn was in his bag in his hand when we discussed it, so I'm
I
not that
also the club
stupid.
the club just had one of the best goalies in the league. They offered him $1 million. He chose to let somebody go somewhere else. They gave away a few, or they traded away a couple other people, the good players, and then they do something with the money that they just got rid of, and you're mad about it. I don't understand it.
Well, I'm mad because he's only here part time, and I can guarantee you that he won't play. But can I just tell you something? I think these people that are going to Miami are going to be. It's probably we talked about this. It's the worst arena stadium site in the history of sports. It's literally the parking lot of the airport, which on its best day is a zoo to begin. I don't know why you would go to a game there, match there, whatever it's called. I don't know where you'd park. I don't know. There'd be planes. That's gonna. What are they? I'm sure they got it for free, but yuck.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'll never forget it. My roommate was
Yeah,
like, "That's where Messi's gonna play." Yeah,
and
he
the other
is.
guy isn't some other
Well, I
big
mean,
name
yeah,
going there
yes, but nothing. I mean,
from Argentina or
St.
something.
Clair's St. Clair's playing there.
Dane, yeah,
And the other really big soccer star, Ronaldo, is that his name?
No,
he's in Saudi.
Oh, I thought so. They're signing some other big guy.
If you're asking me what's going on with Inter Miami, I have nothing for you.
All right, well, I'm going there tomorrow. I'll find out for you guys.
I
Um,
I I did see a rumor about the Ronaldo thing, but I think it was
oh yeah, no,
very
I think
much
he's
so a
coming.
rumor.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know if he's good anymore, so I can't really.
The thing is, you'd have to pay him more than these Saudi guys are paying him, which I feel is impossible. But
I think Miami makes a ton. They had some huge profit. I read somewhere.
I know, but David Beckham is about to need a lot of money for some other stuff in life. So,
Sounds like Sol Roca broke up tonight.
well, she won, but did you know the stipulation of the match?
No.
Tag team match between the two of them, and then Kendall Gray and her partner, whose name escapes me, Ren Sinclair. Sorry, need a
Ren
second.
QC.
I think it's an extra C, isn't it? Isn't it Ren QCC?
Is it?
I don't know. But whoever won because they all kind of thought they deserved a shot at the title for some reason, tag team match, but whoever specifically got the pin for their team got the title shot. And so Sol Ruca, they kind of hit their finishers at the same time. Sol Ruca went to the pin a little faster. And now she's got so I think I don't know, it's been the beginning of the end for a while with that duo. I'm kind of over it. They've dragged that on long enough.
Yeah, Sol Roca is a star, so she doesn't need the other, or not Sol Roca. Yeah, Sol Roca. She doesn't need the other person. Anything else you want to touch on?
Assuming there's no catastrophic loss tomorrow against Seattle, the biggest Santa Clara basketball game in my lifetime will be happening on Saturday, and I will have boots in the ground with longtime friend of the program, basically cousin of the family. We'll have boots on the ground. Shout out Alan for the tickets.
Really?
Santa Clara, Gonzaga, Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night on top of it. Will you be in the front row?
I don't know exactly where, but I got to pick the tickets up from Will Call when I get there.
What happens when Herb takes them to the promised land this year? Now, do you have to take everything back you've said about him?
I don't think so. It only took him a decade to get there.
And I thought I was Georgetown was on a roll, tuned it in against Villanova.
Oh, I turned it on too.
Guess not.
But yeah, so tune in. I think as long as we beat Seattle and then we beat Gonzaga, we'll be atop of the West Coast Conference with 3 games to play.
Weren't you going to a Georgetown game, Drew? That wasn't the one though.
I went in DC against UConn, which they were actually up by 6. I want to say maybe at around 12 minutes left.
Yeah, I was watching that game. I watched that game.
Yeah, it was close. They actually had a pretty good look at 3 at the end to tie it and missed it. But no, I mean, listen, it's UConn. They don't lose to anybody. That was a very good game. And then we're going when they play St. John's at the end of the year.
Oh, St. John's. That's it.
Yeah. So I'll have attended 2 this year. During their 4-game win streak, I think it ended at. I watched one half of those 4 games. I'm starting to think, and to be fair, I didn't watch the Villanova game though, so I can't really take all the credit for the wins. But the only thing I want to close out on, one other wrestling thing, is the El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano feud. Top 3 in the history of the WWE, top 5. Where would you put it?
I would say, especially when there's no chance you don't know who everyone involved is.
Yes.
I think that's the best part of this, that we all have to pretend like we know every one of them, including the other guys.
I retweeted a post the other day, and I don't think there's a better way to describe to our maybe non-wrestling fans on how ridiculous it is than this tweet, and it's accurate.
And if you listen to them talk, you think they did speak Spanish. That's the crazy part, with their weird accents even.
So this was after original El Grande Americano beat up new El Grande Americano backstage to take his spot in the AAA match.
Right.
An American is pretending to be a German, who is pretending to be the American, who is pretending to be the German, who is pretending to be an American, who's pretending to be a luchador, who's feuding with another luchador who is also himself. And that's a pretty accurate
other guys. I don't even know what they're called, but the other 2 guys that are just
Rayo and Bravo. Yeah, that's the best part too. The other 2 guys are British.
I have some breaking news if you're a PJ Fleck fan. Because as we said.
Did he get his raise?
As is called on the show, he got his annual raise. Do you think
At least
the
it wasn't
fact-
an extension this year.
It wasn't I thought it was a 2-year extension.
No, I thought it was just a raise.
I'm pretty sure it's a 2-year extension. Maybe not. But do you think the fact that they just yesterday got rid of the Michigan Bowl, that's going to hurt them? Because that's a bowl we regularly went to.
I'm okay with less. That one hurts to get rid of, not because we play in a lot, but because it's been around for a really long time. Out of all the
30 some
bowls to
years.
out of all the bowls to go away, that one hurts a little bit.
They got
But
rid of the Bahama Bowl, that one, and there was one other one. I can't remember.
yeah, that one hurts a little bit just because it's been around for
But and
not
we played in it many a year.
right. So that's not. But I'm not going to complain about less bowls. I think we need less bowl games.
Well, I don't know how bowl
This
games
is
are.
not a contract extension.
It's not. He just got a raise.
Well,
And
isn't
that-
even possible. He already has like a 7-year
Yeah, I mean he's already
contract.
going to be here till he's 86. So what's the difference?
2030 is his current deal.
God, I just think if he really was good at coaching, he's good enough. I'm not suggesting we get rid of him because we'll never get anyone better. So I'm all in on PJ. Can you imagine?
I actually think if they, and I don't know where it's not my money, but I really do think if they could just find like $2 million to just pay the assistants more, I think they'd be a 9-win team every year.
Well, hold on. They could stop paying PJ these raises and pay the assistants.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair.
I think
They
my-
have
But
the
also,
money.
to be
They're
fair-
just giving it to the wrong player or not.
To be
wrong
fair,
person.
PJ doesn't exactly make like a ton of money in the grand scheme of things. I think he's got like he's like the 10th highest paid coach in the Big Ten.
and listen, in Oregon paying defensive back guy $2 million is insane. That he's
Like
not.
Parrish.
I think my favorite thing
He's
from
10th
college.
out of 18 in the league. Like that seems reasonable, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I suppose he's been to, and he wins bowl games. I think
They're
my
they're
favorite-
about the 10th best team every year. I mean, it's pretty. You're getting what you pay for.
No,
I think
it's more of a
think my-
commentary on everybody's paid too much.
Yeah, that's you couldn't.
By the way,
could not agree with you more on that.
18 teams in the Big Ten seems weird.
I had to go count. That was
It's insane. But
it felt
my
weird
favorite,
coming out of my mouth. but yeah.
My favorite college football news this week. Indiana guy decided he didn't want to come back, so they said, "Well, you can't work here anymore." So now he works out at Planet Hollywood or Planet Fitness. You see that?
Planet Hollywood. No, I did not.
Not Planet Hollywood, Planet Fitness. The quarterback, when he decided not to come back to school, they took he's no longer welcome on campus to work out. The guy did fairly well for you, and probably carried you more than your
Well, hold
coach.
on. The quarterback has millions of dollars in his bank. I think he can go work out somewhere more than Planet Fitness.
That's where he's working out.
Are you sure that wasn't you getting sent-held again?
No, that was not. That was not. That was I heard that on my radio show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, your radio show gets sent-held sometimes, so I just have to check
rarely,
once in a while.
occasionally. I mean, it is at 2 a.m, so you can never know. But no,
No, you're probably right on that one.
Yeah, they were a little bitter. And we play Indiana next year. That'll be fun. And Mississippi State. Did you know that?
I did. Mississippi State's been bad.
Well, we'll see. All right. Anything else? Olympics. I mean, I guess we'll try to do a show the following week to recap the Olympics. Sam might be. It might be really weird. Sam might be here. I might not be here. Drew will still be in New York.
Well, I'll be in Minnesota.
He'll be in
might
Minnesota.
It might be in Minneapolis if our house is still getting redone.
Hopefully by Tuesday night, Sam's allowed to come home. And then he'll be joined Wednesday by the other roommate. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this week, right?
Think so.
All right. We'll see everyone next week.